Welcome back, tribe. Got one from this channel here. Men refusing to help women. They want to know why. I wonder.
They're struggling to get this in my car. Men are walking back and forth. No one is trying to help me.
But why should they? And why would they even want to? After all, women have been telling men over and over again to leave them alone. Women are independent. They don't need men. And now some are complaining when men are actually listening to them.
They don't make real men anymore. I'm sorry, I'm not all men, because there are good men out there.
That's a very good point. There are good men out there.
As a woman, you don't see men holding doors anymore. They don't help anymore. They rush and sit down on trains and buses before women and pregnant women and elderly are sitting down. It's just a hot mess out here. But
this really
is the world you wanted. You called for equality. You said men aren't special. You don't need them. Stop helping us. We don't need your help. We're just as capable. And now men have gotten the message. The cue has been heard, and we're just behaving exactly like you wanted us to behave. Unfortunately, you didn't understand the repercussions of creating that kind of world where you're not treated as a special snowflake anymore. Your privilege of being a woman has been revoked, and you don't like the fact that you're treated like any other man. You're treated just like another human being. No longer do doors get opened for you. No longer do men help you cross the street. No longer do men help you pick up heavy things, carry stuff to your car, hand you coats on dates, pull the seat to help you sit down. Nothing. Zero. You're an adult, just like me. You can take care of yourself, just like any other adult should. Stop expecting extra from me. You want it to be completely equal. You get in a little street fight, you expect a man to come save you. Don't. Sorry, this is the world you built. It's actually detrimental to me to even jump in and try to help you because I can get sued. Because maybe you'll say something stupid like I wish he wasn't so violent. I wish he didn't hurt the guy as much as he did. You're going to make me out to possibly look like the fool. And anyways, the police don't care what happens anymore. If something happens in public, you're just told to walk away, call 911. Don't get involved. That's the world we built. We used to get involved. We used to help women. We used to sacrifice ourselves. Yeah, chivalry, all that existed. But that world's gone now. We don't have much to sacrifice for anymore. No families, no kids. We're demonized. Society tells us we're evil. Patriarchy, this and that. Step aside and let women reign supreme over everybody else because women do it better. Anything you can do, I can do better. Remember those commercials? Girl power. Yeah, this is the world you wanted.
Really shouldn't come as a surprise. After all, isn't this what some women wanted?
Yeah.
What modern feminism was pushing for? For women to be treated as equals to men, right? No special treatment needed. Don't need to hold open a door. Why help out? Women can do everything themselves just as good as men can. But now it seems some are complaining that they got exactly what they asked for.
Is she traditional? No, so why should men? Sometimes I'm even afraid to make eye contact. That's how bad it got out here. But you don't need no man. A long time ago, I opened a door and held it for a woman I didn't know. She said, I can get my own door. I have not changed, but I would have held it for a man too, as it is good manners. I think if she asked them, probably at least one would go help. But they aren't going to approach a woman by her car, which honestly is appreciated. Stop complaining about these guys understanding personal boundaries and women's safety. If you need help, ask. Communication is important. I bet if she would have asked for help, they would have assisted her.
You know what talking point I cannot stand?
I just can't wait to hear this one.
Can't stand, oh, well, you can't say fuck all men and then expect them to protect you, protect women, or
this argument.
Or you can't expect them to protect you without giving them some autonomy and control over your life.
Actually, in order to be protected by another person, that individual does have to relinquish some of their autonomy.
Absolutely can't expect those things.
Absolutely agreed. A person can absolutely expect that. But that's not a realistic expectation, especially when it starts out with this.
Oh, man.
Because saying something like that is a very clear message to most men that one doesn't even want them around. Yet at the same time, one is expecting those same men to protect you. Now, how exactly are men supposed to navigate that field of contradictory statements and come out unscathed? Because one definitely seems to want it both ways.
It makes no sense at all. How can I protect you if you don't listen to me? They are getting confused. The strong and independent mindset is making them think that they should listen to nobody, not even to the person willing to protect them. I wish her good luck and I hope it works well for her. I do like how you think. But let's be honest, she probably doesn't have a positive male role model in her life. Not her fault. I find angry people are the ones that are hurt most. That's why she by herself. You can expect men to protect you, but that doesn't mean it will happen. Most men will only protect a woman they are in a relationship with. How did these young women become so clueless?
By the way, that last one, women expect the same thing. I've had girlfriends tell me the same thing. In hypotheticals, when we are having conversations, what if there's a woman that needed help? Some of them would straight up say, don't care. You're not her man. You're not risking your life for another woman. That's not your business. Other women that I was dating at the time have told me that straight up. That's what some of them believe. I don't care, not risking my resources. She should have had her own man. The game is brutal. I'm telling you.
If I can't tell you to stand behind me and be quiet, how can I protect you?
How do you expect a man to protect what he has no authority over? Yes, I said authority. See, as a married woman, I recognize that my husband is the head and leader of this house, and what comes with being a leader is authority. I submit to him and allow him to have authority over me because I trust that he knows what's best for me. But right now, I bet y'all hear the word authority and think, oh my God, she's oppressed. Oh, quite the contrary, my dear. I don't have to deal with the dangers of the nightlife because when my husband says to be home at a certain time, oh honey, I am. He knows the dangers of the streets goes up 10 times more after dark. If he says to take off an outfit, I'm taking it off because he doesn't need other men lusting and catcalling over what belongs to his eyes and his eyes only.
There you have it. A traditional woman. That in 2023, so many people ain't in agreement with that. So I'm going to say to each his own. So I'm trying to say, is it going to be successful? She being controlled. She said it, I didn't.
Based on the comment, I realized that a lot of people have problems with what she said, all because they believe it means controlling.
Yeah, they have an issue with the words authority and submission. They think it somehow means to be less than, that it's giving up autonomy. It's not, man. It's trusting your partner, the one you chose to lead you in a relationship, to make the best decisions for the family as a whole. This person has your best interest at heart, or at least they should. That's why you chose to marry that man. That's the entire point of a relationship. You relinquish certain duties just like he does relinquish certain duties to you. And you come together and you become a far more effective duo than you would singularly. That's what relationships do. It allows two people to come together and get farther than they would have otherwise alone. Yes, this also does apply to men. Even though the pool is so tainted that you can't see what a decent woman would do to help a man. I know there's some guys in the anger phase and they think all women are this. It's just an echo of the same thing women do when they say all men are. So those guys are still in the anger phase. They'll get over it. But a good woman definitely 10x's a man's potential. They're just hard to come by because the mentality she has, unfortunately, is considered rare in the West. But if you go to other parts of Asia, if you got your passport, you start traveling around the world, Latin America, places like that, Eastern Europe, you'll start to see that actually that's the standard. Everybody believes that, except here. That's what you have to understand. That's not rare everywhere else. This is why a bunch of men are leaving. This is why Passport Bros has exploded. This is why men are talking about going overseas for a wife. This is why that entire movement or lifestyle or whatever you want to call it, that option exists for men. And it works very well because most of the guys that go overseas have very good money compared to local salaries. And they're able to support bigger families. They're able to support their women. And the women are receptive and willing to be led and want families and children and don't consider marriage a burden. Don't look at a man as a baby she has to take care of. Understands the value of men because they're most likely in families that are still intact, far beyond the nuclear ones. Like extended families are together under the same household. You'll be shocked, man. Overseas culture is completely different. Family still reigns supreme. Only here in the West are we completely twisted that saying something like submitting to my husband, giving my husband authority on the relationship, or taking my husband's lead, etc., sounds like something oppressive. That's mind-blowing. When you go overseas, it sounds like crazy talk.
But based on my understanding, she is just stating that she gave her man the power to lead their family, and she trusts his judgment. So there is nothing wrong with it. She trusts the man she married. That's why the honor and obey portion is so important. My wife didn't even say that part when we got married. Not for me. My wife can wear whatever she wants, unless I pick something out for her, and if she going out at night, I know where she at. She can go wherever she feels. We built our marriage on trust and respect. We shouldn't have to control each other if we love and trust each other.
See, and that's a simp talking. This dude's already lost. His relationship won't last. The issue with giving up these kinds of boundaries as a man is that it's never worked in the past. This is all new age thinking. All the traditional relationships you've seen, men don't go out and hang out with other men at night by themselves. Women don't go out and hang out with other women at night by themselves. Nobody has guy friends or girlfriends of the opposite sex. You know what I mean? Like a man having a girlfriend, a woman having guy friends. All this is new age thinking. It's you two coming together and your business together when you go out. You don't go out by yourself. Rarely. If the girls wanted to do something, they could all get together at home and do something. They don't need to go out to a nightclub, to a bar. That's something single people do. That's something the single women in the group do. And they're still angling for men and putting your wife in a precarious situation with alcohol involved and potential mistakes to be made. That's only something stupid people do, is put themselves in positions to be compromised. Secure couples, married couples, do not do stuff without the other. They go together as a group, they hang out with other couples, and they don't pay attention to the opposite sex, only when the other partner is there. Again, another thing that you'll notice overseas, when you see the successful marriages everybody else has compared to ours, we're trying to inject this new age thinking into something that clearly does not fit the traditional monogamous relationship. Why do you tempt yourself with all this opportunity? Do you love your partner or not? If you do, what's the point in going out without them? If you love your partner, everything you do is with your partner. You are one unit, one being coming together. Everything else is irrelevant. You have each other till death do us part. Your girlfriends won't be there forever. Why do you insist on this stuff? And we know why. Because they want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to have orbiters. They want to get attention from other men. That's the same thing they do when they post, tired argument of Instagram and what your woman should be allowed to post and how spicy the pics are on Instagram, how much skin to show, how much attention is she angling for, unless she has contracts that she's getting paid for, unless it's something of the nature she's monetizing and you've agreed on it together far beforehand. I understand. But if she's just willy-nilly just wanting to post to get a few yes queens and random DMs, that's a problem, bro. You have a partner that lacks self-esteem and is looking for outside sources, for outside attention to fulfill themselves. That means you're not enough for them. Your relationship is doomed. So if you have a girl that you like and she's fighting you on going out with girlfriends, hanging out with the girls at night in places she shouldn't, and posting crazy shit on Instagram, understand that's not the woman for you. A woman that loves you would never do any of that stuff. A woman that loves you spends all her time on you, her money on you, everything on you. That's all she cares about is you. If that doesn't sound like your woman, that's not your woman, dog. She's for the streets.
But to each his own. He knows what's best for me. Wow. How did you survive before marriage? Where did he find you? Under a rock? A lot of women is going to disagree. Good for you. I am not obeying or letting anyone have authority over me. I am grown and not a dog, so this applies to her, not me.
This girl is actually not into this guy. He feels threatened by all males, so he immediately puts his arm around her, pulls her in. And if your girl really loves you, she's just going to let go and be like completely smothered in your chest. But the body language doesn't match up, and then her verbal language doesn't match up next. Watch.
Cheat on her? Never.
Huh? Wait, what'd you ask?
You ever cheat on him?
Yeah, I would, but he wouldn't.
See? So she pushes him off, and then she humiliates him with the words, and this guy doesn't understand the most important part.
She belongs to the street.
This is what happens when you try to date a woman with low interest. This is a clear example of a man who begged his woman to be with him, and this is the type of relationship he got. She knows that he won't go anywhere, and this is why she doesn't see the need to respect him. Guys, don't place yourself in that situation. I see guys do this daily in Japan. The funny part is that the girls weren't even looking at me. It's very telling. So many of those dudes, it's impossible to save them, so I am letting God do his thing. Certified simp.
For me, great, because I love you.
I never wanted to not be with you. I never wanted to be without you. I want to do life with you. But in the process of all this happening, you a liar. You got you a bitch, and I had to hear from this what our relationship was about. No, we not fucking no more. I want to see other people. You act like you're the only fucker in this relationship that other people want to. No, no. Let's be real. So what we gonna do is we gonna stay together. We gonna have a beautiful life together for the rest of our life. We gonna continue to get money together. We gonna continue raising this little girl together. We gonna have a fabulous home. We're gonna love and take care of each other. But I'm gonna fuck other people, and I hope you do too.
Ooh, Jesus Christ!
And we will never ever talk about it. Don't bring me no babies. Don't bring me no diseases. But we gonna do what we want to do outside this house because to this point it has worked.
That is a bad deal.
Oh my God.
What is the point of staying together?
Damn.
Why is she suggesting staying with him, but she still wants to be with other men?
Because they got a kid together, and her mentality is, look, man, this one's crazy. Her mentality is for the kid and getting money, and she loves that man and wants to spend the rest of her life with him. But at the same time, he wasn't upfront about him going behind her back. So she can't trust his word. That means she's going to assume that he's cheating behind her back, even if he says he's going to stop. So in order for her to not feel bad about him going behind her back continuously, even after assuming he's going to lie to her and tell her, baby, it was an accident, I'll never do it again, she would rather be like, our marriage is now open. You do what you want to do because you've already been doing it. And now I'm going to do what I want to do. And we're going to stay together and raise this girl in one household. Now, that's some real shit to lay down laws like that in your relationship. So respect, because at the end of the day, the little girl is more important than how both of you feel about your relationship. So you better keep up the appearances and raise a nice, productive young member of society. Respect on that end. Listen, man, you dipped as a man. Imagine that man. He dipped his stick into another woman, lied to his about it. She found out from the woman messaging her, and now she's laying down what sounds like some real ass rules. She's not taking him into court to the cleaners, emptying all the bank accounts, taking the house, all that shit, leaving his ass destitute. She's not breaking apart her family. She just understands I'm dealing with a liar, and it's going to be a minute before I build trust and even consider listening to what's coming out of your mouth. So I'm going to assume you're going to keep behaving the same, but I'm not letting your stupid ass actions mess with our relationship, everything we built, our business and our kid. Take that as you will. Damn. Shouldn't have dipped your stick in another woman, but at least you got one that's laying it down like that. Holy hell. Hey, I could do nothing but respect it.
Seems like she wanted to do it way before this happened, and she was waiting for an excuse to do so.
Nah.
Now she found it.
Nah, that's an L part of this video. You cannot defend the man that went outside of his relationship. Nope.
And she wants to take advantage of it.
Nah.
It's pointless. They should move on with their lives separately. It will free them from a lot of future.
You got kids. Nope. Stop with this messaging of just break apart a family when there's children involved. Cut it out. This is how we got in this mess anyways. It's people being selfish. She's being selfless, thinking about the girl.
Trauma and disappointment.
Nope.
I agree with her. His infidelity sparked this conversation.
Exactly.
And by doing so, he made her the alpha. You are so right. Grandma had 8 children with the last name of her husband, but only about 2 belonged to her husband. Did Beyonce leave her husband? No, they still getting money and y'all love her. Why can't she stay, lay rules down, and keep getting her money? This arrangement been going on for centuries. Now it's just being discussed on camera for the world to see and feel. We know our aunts and uncles don't have the same daddy. Grandma was doing her thing, and so was Granddaddy. They stayed together for the family.
Who has made you cry the most?
In case nobody's asked you this today,
Who has the nicest body?
really fine? I mean,
Who
you know
is
it's
the
okay
funniest?
to feel a little off sometimes. It's all right that you don't want to smile.
Does your mom
You don't
like
need to
the most?
explain bad moments away. We all get them and get through them.
Who has
Don't
cheated
forget
on you?
that even the darkest clouds have the sun shining on the other side.
Who
So
was
keep
the
in mind,
biggest
you
liar?
will be fine. Eventually, most likely, you'll feel the corners of your mouth naturally rise, and you'll know that it's real because everybody will be able to see it in your eyes. Until then,
Who do you think loved you the
check on
most?
you because I was thinking of you, and I wanted to make sure.
I don't know why many men place themselves in a position to be disrespected. We can clearly see a man in pain. He is hurt, but I bet he won't do what he should. Thanks for watching.
He's a simp. That's why he gets no respect from her and anybody. He's that guy that's unexperienced and was a mark from the get-go. The X is the alpha widow right there. That's the dude that she'll never get over. And look at all the chugs she took of the X. The X did everything better. That guy, rose-tinted glasses, he's perfect. He's the one that got away. She's always going to look at him with disgust as she settled for a lesser man. This is what hookup culture has wrought upon us, boys. Better get used to it. Or just go overseas, man. Get your money right. Get your finances in order. Get that passport. Start traveling. Become well cultured. Learn a language or two. See what the world's like outside of your little pond. And you don't have to deal with a lot of this mess. I'm telling you, you're just one little blue book away from switching it all up. You will meet people that are incredible, that are well cultured, can speak multiple languages, are very welcoming, have nurturing personalities, super feminine, thanks you for your time, very appreciative, and understands what you bring to the table as a man, and gladly offer back what they can as women. And that's considered par for the course. That's standard. That's not weird, it's not rare, and it's not exceptional. It's the bare minimum outside of the United States. That's the bare minimum of what's expected that a woman do for a man. It's only here in the West that you have to have zero expectations as a man while being a walking wallet, while handing the damn table over to her, while putting in all the effort, carrying the conversations, providing all the resources and laughs and knowledge and protection, provisioning, and all this other shit that they look for on their massive list. And when you look back and go, what am I getting out of this deal? The answer is my presence. And they wonder why dudes are checking out and going overseas. Yeah, bro, your presence, totally. It's going to be enough. Your presence. That means you're on the clock. As soon as they invent a robot with your presence, some AI bot, you're done for. Order me up a Stacy 1000, please, because she's got presence just like you. So dumb, dude. And that's a dystopia in and of itself. But man, when you're so disconnected from reality, what the hell else can you expect? Boys, I'm telling you, take your time. Work on your mind, your body, and your spirit. Align those three to a common mission and goal. Get that blue book, travel overseas. Your life will change. We'll see you on the next one.